Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I am streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope that all of you are having a superb week so far, and I hope that you're looking forward to a great rest of the week. Welcome Chen Kip, welcome Joban, Akira, Pedro, Anahita, Ulugbek, Mansoor. Nice to see so many students in this class today, ready to learn to improve your English and your communication skills for the IELTS exam, and of course for other facets of life as well, university, work, immigration. Students, this class is an IELTS Speaking Part 1 class, and today's topic for Speaking Part 1 will be talking about holidays. This is a very typical topic, so talking about vacation, time off, holidays. This topic comes up quite frequently in the IELTS speaking section, so it's great that you are here with me today. This lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Visit us there. For the general IELTS, visit us at gieltshelp.com. On both of our websites, we have lots of content and information to help you prepare for your next IELTS exam. This is our academic IELTS website here at aehelp.com or academicenglishhelp.com. And all you have to do to join our premium package is click that big red button that's just above my head there. It's a one-time payment. It's lifetime access. It doesn't cost a lot. We use this website in our live classes. It's basically like our textbooks and content and information for live class support as well. We are an official IDP affiliate, British Council partner. We're an IELTS test registration center in several countries. You can now register directly through our website in some countries for your IELTS exam. So it's great to join us and learn for success for the general IELTS. It's the green background here. And again, just click this big red button that's behind me and kind of above me right there. And it's a one-time payment for lifetime access. You can use the code IELTS10 for a 10% discount. So use the code IELTS10 and you should be able to get a 10% discount, yes, off of the premium package. Again, it's just a one-time payment, and the cost of the course is different in different countries, so check that out. In some countries it's even cheaper than, of course, in Canada. Students, we have apps for our websites and support as well. Download the app Academic IELTS Help from your app store, link it to aehelp.com, or download the app General IELTS Help and link it to gieltshelp.com so you can learn through the app or the website. The two work together. Follow us on Instagram, IELTS_AEHelp, GIELTS Help. On Instagram, we post vocabulary, tips, and strategies for the IELTS. It's all free. We also put up short videos for you to practice in our schedules. Lots of great content there. All right. Amu, nice to see so many students in the class now. I can see Caroline, our chat moderator, is here, Lamia, and some of our members. Amu, I can see what you wrote there. So Amu wrote, "Hi Adrian, I got my IELTS UKVI results. Listening 7.5, 7 in writing, 7 in reading, and 7 in speaking. Thank you so much for your videos." Amu, it's really nice to hear that feedback. Congratulations. An overall band score of 7 with such balanced, nice, high scores is really lovely. It's fantastic. Congrats, Amu. You get my first big thumbs up of the week. That's great. That's great. I'm happy that you have that score. That score will be enough for applying for just about anywhere. So that's excellent. Good for you. Amu, please send me an email. We love getting testimonials from our viewers, clients, students. So definitely send me an email. Students, if you have questions, you can email me as well, of course. This is my contact information. Email is adrian@aehelp.com. So if you have questions, or if you'd like to share your success story, please send me an email. We'd love to get your testimonial. It helps to encourage other students to be successful. So that's awesome. All right. Students, we have a full week of classes. So starting right now with speaking part 1. And then we will have task 1 writing tomorrow for members, followed by reading for subscribers. Then we will have speaking part 2 and part 3 on Saturday. Also, we have a special class. This is going to be a light hall class. That light hall class is a $2 class per registration, but it'll be worth it. It's going to be a new reading passage for everybody. So brand new material, brand new content. Basically, you get a new reading passage with new questions that you've never seen before. And that's going to be on Light Hall on Sunday. So register for that class. It doesn't cost a lot. It's just $2. And Light Hall is a great platform for live classes. It's designed for live classes. So I'll put that link into the chat. There you go. Join me at Light Hall on Sunday. All right. So great. We've got HD videos online. We got a really cool new speaking video online on the YouTube channel where you can see the candidates' mistakes question by question. A lot of students really like that video, that format, so we'll be doing more of that. Let's get into some IELTS speaking part 1. I'm definitely going to focus a lot on getting you to talk with me today, and you will have a chance to volunteer and answer questions today. So let's get right into it. IELTS speaking part 1. Now, students, this is a speaking class, so I want to humbly remind you that you should be speaking throughout this class. So make sure that you're not just listening to all of my chatter, but you're also speaking and repeating what I say, what other students say. Write down important vocabulary, new vocabulary. So speak and repeat. Just an FYI, I speak with a West Coast accent, North American West Coast accent. That means it's kind of the accent that you hear in most Hollywood movies as well, because of course Hollywood is on the West Coast in California, or Cali as we like to say. So yeah, people in British Columbia, Victoria, Vancouver, people just south of us to Washington, Seattle, south of there, Oregon, Portland, and moving even further south along the West Coast, California, San Francisco, Los Angeles. We all kind of have a very similar type of accent, and maybe it's because the most popular movement along the coast is up and down the West Coast. So once people kind of move to this part of the world, we kind of stay here on the West Coast, but we sometimes move south or north. Like people will move north from California up to Vancouver, and people from Vancouver will move south to California, but we tend to kind of stay around the West Coast. We like the ocean, I think. Anyway, I digress, but let's get into speaking. So we're going to speak, answer questions, talk strategy, and please copy and repeat. So copy my West Coast accent is basically what I'm saying. All right, so you go to your speaking interview, arrive early, practice speaking English way before your speaking interview so that your mind is switched into English and you are warmed up, you feel comfortable answering questions. And then 20 minutes before your official speaking section of the IELTS, you have to register. If you go to an exam center, you will go to a special room. In that room, there will be some Administrators, they will take your picture, they'll look at your identification that you use to register, usually your passport. They will ask you to leave any digital device or other objects that you may have on your persons in that room. They will number it, they will give you a ticket for your deposit, and then you have about 20 minutes to go to the washroom, check your notes, remember your key strategies, and then you meet the examiner. And then once you meet the examiner via computer or face-to-face, the examiner will be a person kind of like me, woman or a man, professional, and they will begin. They will begin by checking your identification again. So they will say, "Can I see your identification?" Okay. In fact, they'll begin a little bit differently. They'll say, "Welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. It has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. I'm recording this for clerical purposes. This is candidate number 98517332 and examiner number 9521. We are currently conducting this exam in Vancouver. The time right now is 11:30. Can I see your identification?" And then you have to start with a full sentence. Okay, so start with yes, of course. Here is my passport that I have used to register for this test. Please take a look. Nice and fluent, full sentence. They will not interrupt you if you're being fluent. There's no reason you should not be fluent. Okay, so repeat after me. Can I see your identification? Yes, of course. Here's my passport that I have used to register for this test. Please take a look. Here's what Sanjay says. Sanjay says, "Yes, of course. Here's my passport. Please have a look at my credentials." Okay, not all my credentials, Sanjay, at my credentials. So, yes, of course. Here's my passport. Please have a look at my credentials. Okay. Burkay says this. If you're not using a passport, if you're using your driver's license or another piece of ID, like your national ID, then yeah, say your ID for sure. And Burkay says, "Yes, sure. Here you are. This is my identity card that I used for one more time. Yes, sure, here you are. This is my identity card that I used for registration." No it, Burkay. That confused me. Okay. Yeah, and you can say ID or identification. Okay. Identity card is okay. Here on the West Coast anyway, it's a little bit less common that we say that. We say ID or identification. We very rarely will say identity card. Okay. All right. And then the next question, usually while you're holding your ID, is what is your full name? So full name, and there's a hidden question here. Okay. The hidden question is, what should I call you? Make sure to answer this. Okay. To show that you prepared for the exam. All right. Don't wait for them to ask you that hidden question. So let them know what you want to be called, your nickname or by your first name or a short version of your name. So what is your full name? Okay. Hikmatillo says, my given name is Hikmatillo and my last name is Rachmanov. You can simply call me by my first name, Hikmatillo. Yeah, okay. call me by my first name, Hikmatillo. Okay, so that's good. That works, Hikmatillo. Please call me is the most polite way to go about this, and I definitely recommend saying please call me, but if you say you can simply call me, it's fairly polite as well. It's a nice natural expression there. Okay. All right. Lots of answers coming up in the chat now. That's fantastic. Baljit, our member, says, my given name is Baljit and my family name is Sung. You can refer to me as Baljit. You can refer to me, Baljit is quite direct. I would say please call me or please refer to me by my given name, Baljit. Okay, so just a little bit. So be gentle, be professional, but be polite. Okay, so my given name is Baljit and my family name is, I think it's Singh, if I'm not mistaken, Baljit. Please refer to me by my given name, Baljit. Okay, so I would say it like that. My given name is Baljit and my family name is Singh. Please refer to me by my given name, Baljit. I like to be a little bit more polite on this kind of introduction, especially with a person who is assessing me. Okay. All right. Yeah, those are good. So if you have a nickname or if you have a English nickname, you might say something like, my given name is Lee and my family or surname, British and Canadians often say surname. My given name is Lee and my surname is Chen. Please call me by my English nickname, Trevor. I just made that up, but it's fine. So if you have a nickname or a short version of your name, say something like this. So my given name is Lee and my surname is Chen. Please call me by my English nickname, Trevor. Sure. Okay. So the examiner will say, for part 1, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. When the examiner says this, so when the examiner says, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better. Okay. Technically, they should say that. It's part of their script. So the IELTS examiners literally have like a script that they're going from at the very beginning that they follow. So IELTS examiners don't really have the privilege or luxury of asking you whatever they want. They are given very specific instructions on what they can say to you, how they can behave with you, and what kind of questions they can ask you. And the IELTS speaking examiner, they are told to have a flat, serious delivery of questions. So they're not supposed to be super friendly. Like, they're not supposed to be like, hi, how are you today? It's so great that you made it to this exam. Well, I hope you'll do great. Okay, so they're not supposed to behave like that. So sometimes you get the odd examiner who's not really following instructions, which is me, but most of the time you should be getting an examiner who is, you know, not one day before their wedding or didn't just buy a new puppy dog that morning. So they're going to be kind of flat and very straight and very following this kind of a script, okay? So in this examiner's script, they basically have this, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better. It's part of the script, okay? No, Muftuna, it should not depend on their mood. So Muftuna says, oh, it depends on their mood. No, that's what I'm saying, Muftuna. It should not depend on their mood. The examiner should have a very flat, serious kind of tone, as if they are conducting a business meeting or a job interview, okay? Kind of like what I'm doing when I'm asking these questions. It should not be affected by their mood. If it is, they're not following protocol, but you can't tell them that, but they shouldn't, okay? So the examiner will say, I will ask you a couple of questions to know you better. Now, this should signal to you, okay, that the examiner is a stranger. They do not know you and you do not know them. Okay? They are not your friend. They're not your sister. They're not your English teacher. All right? They might not even be from your country. Okay? They could be just visiting or on contract to work there. All right? It's very important to keep that in mind. All right? And when people are nervous, they often tend to forget these two very important facts. Fact number one, you don't know them. They're a stranger. Fact number two, they don't know you. They don't know anything about you. Okay? They don't know what your hobbies are. They don't know what you like, what you don't like. They don't know your personality. They don't know you. Okay? All right? So this means, so they do not know you. Should probably put the emphasis on not instead of the you. So, they're not used to your accent, they're not used to your style of language, so you have to speak very clearly. And with detail, okay? You must provide specific nouns. So not like in my country, okay? But you have to say in Canada, okay? Or not like in my city, but in Vancouver. So be specific. Or not just all the time, but 5 hours every day, okay? So be specific. They don't know you. They don't know what all the time means in your world, in your situation. Okay? All right? So they do not know you. Keep that in mind. All right? You do not know them. What do you have to keep in mind? So when you respect and when you remember that you do not know them, what should you keep in mind? So why is that good to know? Why is it good to know that, or keep in mind that you do not know them? Okay, why am I saying this to you? What are some of the common mistakes that people make in their communication that lower their band scores because they're talking to the examiner as if they know them? Okay? Yeah, exactly, Angel. So do not use you. Okay? So you do not know them, so avoid using you in your conversation. Like, for example, when you ride a bicycle, you will be fit and you will help the environment. Okay? Here's the examiner response. Okay, so the examiner is like, that's great, but I don't know how to ride a bicycle. Okay? So I know that sounds funny, and I know that the candidate is thinking, well, because most people know how to ride a bicycle. But if your examiner happens to be a person who does not know how to ride a bicycle, or we could use the example of swimming, then it's awkward because in their head they're actually going, well, I don't know how to ride a bicycle. Right? And this person's saying, when you ride a bike, when you do this, and maybe the examiner happens to be one of those people that fell off of a bicycle and really hates bicycles, and it just sounds super awkward, right? So you don't know them, okay? So you can't use the word you, and you can't use expressions like you know. All right? A lot of people say that. They're like, you know, and as you know, it's like, oh, I don't know. How do you know what I know? So keep that in mind, okay? There's a lot of details there. It's very important, okay? All right. So here's a question. The examiner says, where do you live? Okay, here's my answer. I live in a 2-bedroom townhouse with my 2 children and wife in Victoria, the capital city of the province of British Columbia. Okay. So I have to be careful of how I spell Columbia now. I get confused. All right, so here we go. Where do you live? Small to big. Or I could go the other way and go big to small. I could say I live in British Columbia, in the capital city, Victoria, in a 2-bedroom townhouse with my 2 children and wife. I have lived here for more than 5 years. Okay, so I could go big to small or small to big. What's important is that I have structure and detail. Structure and detail are what get me high band scores because, simply put, band 9, expert level of communication, is all about structure and detail. Okay, so repeat after me. Where do you live? I live in a 2-bedroom townhouse with my 2 children and wife. In Victoria, the capital city of the province of British Columbia. Okay. Akira says, let me grab what you're saying there, Akira. Love the name, by the way. One of my favorite Japanese animations, Akira, of all time. It's an old classic. Great one. Here we go. Akira says, I live in a 3-bedroom townhouse with my family, which is located near the park center of Tashkent, the capital of my country, Uzbekistan. Yeah, so Akira, I live in a 3-bedroom townhouse with my family, which is located near the park center of Tashkent. You don't need city there. Tashkent, not that capital, but the capital of, you can say Uzbekistan without saying my country. So be concise. That's the other big tip. There is detail, clarity, and concise language. Concise means not over speaking, so saying it in a short, clear format. Okay, Akira, so I live in a 3-bedroom townhouse with my family, which is located near the park center of Tashkent, the capital of Uzbekistan. Very nice. Roshni Gupta says, I live in a 2-story, 4-bedroom house with my mother, brother, and sister in the heart of the capital city of Kathmandu in Nepal. Okay. 4-bedroom house. I don't know what BHK is, but I'm guessing it's a 4-bedroom house. With my mother, brother, and sister in the in not a heart of, in the heart of, okay? It's always the heart of because it's unique, okay? Sheena says, I live in a 2-bedroom flat with my husband and 2 children in Delhi, the capital of India. Very good, Sheena. You do not need to write all capital letters because it sounds like you're shouting at me. Okay, good. So then they might ask you another question like, what public places are near your home? As I live close to downtown, there are many public facilities near my home, such as Central Park, Crystal Pool Recreation Center, and the main public library, just a 5-minute stroll away. Okay. So, what public places are near your home? As I live close to downtown, there are many public facilities near my home, such as Central Park, Crystal Pool Recreation Center, and the main public library, just a 5-minute stroll away. Okay, notice how places, it's plural, so I'm definitely going to talk about more than one place, given the chance. This is one way to begin your response with an explanation. So again, remember, you always want an answer, explanation, example, and usually you should stick to giving the answer first, then the explanation, then the example. Okay, so answer, explanation, example, but if you really want, you can put the explanation at the beginning at times, and this is how I can do it. As I live close to downtown. It's like saying because I live close to downtown, okay? So repeat after me. As I live close to downtown, there are many public facilities near my home, such as Central Park, Crystal Pool Recreation Center, and the main public library, just a 5-minute stroll away. Okay. All right, Dung Nguyen says, now make sure you're also saying this, students, not just writing, but also say it, okay? So Dung Nguyen says, there is a park close by my house, which is called Bai Bang Park. It is a small park, but it has lots of facilities for people to do exercise after a hard working day to relieve stress. Okay, Dung, so that would be about a band 6, okay? I'll show you why, okay? So a band 9, I'm going to change your response done to a band, oops, sorry, that's a band 6. I'm going to change it to a band 9. So let's turn that 6 right side up. Let's make it a band 9, okay? So one public place near my home is a small park called Bai Bang, where people go for exercise after a hard day's work to relieve stress. Okay, so notice, Duong, that I said the same as you, but with way less words, okay? The big problem with your response is that you're repeating a lot of information and you're saying a lot, but you're really only saying a little. So like you say, there's a park close to my house, and then it's called Bai Bang Park, and then it's a small park. So it's kind of like park, but the whole time you're only talking about one park. And the question here is what public places? Okay, so One public place near my home is a small park called Bai Bang where people go for exercise. Notice I only use the word park once. Okay, where people go for exercise after a hard day's work to relieve stress. Okay, there is also a beach and a museum just 10 minutes away by car or on foot. Let's make it closer. Okay, so students, when it's plural places, then you should respect that part of the question and make sure to answer it. Okay, this is what I mean by accurate information. All right, so this would be the Band 9 version of your response doing Nguyen. Okay, keep that in mind. All right. Okay, students, so details, pay attention to questions, make it concise, okay? Don't over speak, all right? Okay, everyone, let's try this closer to the real situation whereby I will call you will volunteer to talk to me, and I will talk to students from around the world, and we will observe your speaking, and I will give you feedback on your band score and give you suggestions for improvements. So we'll do one question per student with a bit of introduction, and then we can really improve in a very realistic kind of way. Okay? All right. So this is how we're going to do it. First of all, to volunteer for speaking. Okay, you're going to be volunteering, and this is awesome. People love doing this, so hang in there. It's very effective. Okay. First of all, you need to go to our website. That's where we have our chat interface. Okay, so go to aehelp.com. I will walk you through this step by step. So this is aehelp.com. This does not cost money. So before you freak out and think that you have to pay something, you don't have to pay a single dollar if you don't want to or if you don't have the funds. So go to aehelp.com. Okay. Now, if you do want to get all of our products and pay, then you can. You can click on this big red button to join the premium package. But if you want to just try it for free and use the speaking for free, then click on that green button, the try demo button. Okay. Once you click that try demo button, you will be able to access your student account. In your student account, you have your computer-based practice exams, you have an interactive course, you have exam books, PDF, study plans. And for students who are in Australia, New Zealand, and some other countries, you can even register for your IDP home exam. It's a new version of the exam that you can do from home by clicking that red button. If you do not see that red button, it's because the exam is not yet available in your country to do from home. Okay, so you have to go to the exam center and register on the IELTS.org website or the IDP website. Okay. Anyway, so right now we are going to use the student partner speaking that's kind of above my head there. Let me bring that down. So click on that blue button. Okay, so right now we're using this function of the website, which is the student partner speaking right there, just above my head. And you click on that. Okay, so you click on the student partner speaking, accept the terms, and then you will see this page here with lots of other students. So right now you can see that we've got Jose here, we have Baljit, we have Mohammed, we have Vishu, Tanish, Tina. So we've got lots of students in here, and you see that there are three kind of buttons. One is a blue envelope, one is a green camera, the other is a green phone. Right now you're looking for me. My handle is master, and you want to click on the blue envelope beside master and then write I want to volunteer. Okay, so just click there and then type I want to volunteer or please pick me, and then I can see that and I can respond to you. Okay, so I can see that Cicerani is sending me a message, I believe. Cicerani says, hello, Sir Adrian. So let's see if Cicerani is ready. Okay, are you ready? And as soon as you respond to that, I will call you and connect with you. Make sure that your microphone and your speakers are enabled for the browser, for the website. Make sure to test with other students so that you know that it works. So Cicerani, if you are there, yeah, there you are. Now I can call you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Cicerani.
Hello. How are you, sir?
I am doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm going good right now.
Okay, good. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? It's Cicerani?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and Cicerani, may I ask, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Indonesia.
And why are you taking the IELTS exam?
I decided to take the IELTS exam for preparing my university enrollment exactly on undergraduate.
Okay, so for undergraduate studies in university, where do you plan to go to university?
Maybe around Australia or China.
Australia or China? Okay, it's a pretty big difference between those two countries. All right, Cicerani, let's get into it. Then I will ask you a part one question. Give me a nice full sentence answer, and I will give you some feedback. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, then let's talk about holiday time. How much time off do you have from school or work?
From my experience when I was school student, there is about about a half month from middle of June until the middle of July, which is the shortest holiday I have ever been. Meanwhile, when I work or with other students who apply college, there is 2 month two month time for holiday, which is from near June or near June until October.
Okay. So your response for this question would be about a band 5 to band 6. Okay, for one very simple reason. I actually think your English is better, but I can't give you a higher band score because you're not answering the question.
Okay, sir. I do.
Let me explain this to you a little bit clearly. It's an honest mistake, so I'm going to show you how. So this question, Cicerani, is how much time off do you have from school or work? What is the tense of this question? Is it past, present, or future?
This is about present future.
It's present tense. Yes, correct.
Yes.
Right? So it's present tense. It's not past tense, like how much time did you have off school or work, right? Your answer, though, is the past. So you're telling me about how much time you had off when you were in school and how much time you had off when you were working. But that's not what I'm asking you. And you have to be very careful because even with good English, if you're not answering the questions, then you cannot get a score higher than a 6 and even usually lower like a 5, right? So it's right now. So let me ask you, Cicerani, are you working or are you studying right now?
I'm working right now.
You're working right now. So currently you're working. And what do you do?
I'm working as the waiters in some cafe
Okay.
in my town.
All right. So how much time do you have off from your job as a server?
Uh, I started my job at 7 a.m. in early in the morning and finish at around 11 or 12.
Okay. So currently I'm working as a server. What days do you get off? Do you get Monday, Tuesday off?
Um, in each to Monday to the Friday.
You work Monday to Friday?
Mm,
Okay, so you
yes,
get the weekends off, right? And do you get like 2 weeks or 3 weeks for vacation in the year?
yes, sir.
Okay, so the correct answer to this question should be currently I'm working as a server at a local restaurant, and I get the weekends to myself, as well as 3 weeks for holidays each year. The last time I was on a holiday was 2 months ago for a few weeks, and I went to visit relatives. Okay, so this is answer, explanation, example that is direct for the question. So let me repeat the question, let me repeat this answer, and then copy after me, okay? So how much
Right.
time off do you have from school or work? Currently, I'm working as a server at a local restaurant, and I get the weekends to myself, as well as 3 weeks for holidays each year. The last time I was on a holiday was 2 months ago for a few weeks, and I went to visit relatives. Okay, Cicerani, try that. How much time off do you have from school or work?
Currently, I am working as a server at a local restaurant, and I get the weekends to myself as well as 3 weeks for holidays each year. The last time I was on a holiday was 2 months ago for a few weeks, and I went to visit relatives.
That would be your band 9 answer. Okay, see how that answers the question, right? Your answer here does not directly answer the question, and that's why it would get a low band mark. So you have to really pay attention to the verb tense of the question. Okay, Cicerani?
All right, sir, I
Okay.
understand.
All right. Good job. Keep it up, and good luck on your mission to study in Australia or China.
Okay, thank you, sir, for helping me.
You're very welcome. Bye for now.
Bye.
All right, everybody give Cicerani a thumbs up. I could tell she was a little bit nervous, putting herself out there in English. It's very stressful. I can get that, to speak in another language like this. And good for all of you who are, for the challenge. So just a piece of advice there for everybody. It's a common mistake. It's not just Cicerani who makes this mistake. You have to answer the question accurately. If it's present tense, asking about the general situation, you have to answer that in the present tense. So always pay very careful attention to the grammar of questions. All right, Jose, let's see if you're here. Please pick me. Are you ready, Jose? If you are there, you just got picked, Jose. So hopefully you're hanging in there. Hang in there, students. I'm going to try to keep it to one question each, just to kind of really give as many people a chance as possible. Thanks for the thumbs up, Iris and Rajesh and Anita and this relic that I cannot read, Amra. All right, Jose, here we go. Ooh, that's loud. Hi, Jose.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty cool, thank you. How about you?
I am doing excellent. Thank you for asking. Jose, may I ask, where are you calling from today?
Sure, I am from Venezuela.
Mm,
I'm calling from Venezuela, sorry.
Venezuela. Great. Yeah, I have a very good friend from Venezuela. His name's Orlando. All right,
Cool.
Jose. So you're doing the IELTS exam. May I ask why you're doing the IELTS exam?
Well, I wish to book soon because I want to travel sorry, I want to get a job offer in Canada. So I'm preparing myself here with you and with other teachers. Um, I want to travel and live there.
Awesome. Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. Give me a nice full sentence answer, and then I will estimate your score and give you some feedback. Here we go. So
I hope so.
let's talk about holiday time. Do you prefer to travel or stay at home on your holiday?
Well, I rather to travel because I have a child. He's 4 years old. So mostly now because we are on vacation here, school vacation. So when I have a day off, I taking out.
All right. It's not bad. It's about a band 6. Okay. What do you think you can add to make this a band 6.5?
Well, you are asking if I prefer to stay home or travel. I answered that I
Mm-hmm.
prefer to travel.
Yeah.
And you also asked why, and I said that because of my child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
And so you can add one more piece of information at the end here, Jose, that would just make it a little bit more fluent, and it would increase the coherence and the lexical resource score just a bit. So I might be able to give you an extra half band. What do you think I could give? What do you think you can add to the end of your answer here? Just a short sentence.
well, nothing comes to my mind to be honest. If you help me, please.
Yeah, Akira there in the chat is helping you, and Carolina as well. The example, okay? So it's good to include examples, and some questions especially, you can almost see that the example fits really well. So here, it would be awesome if you just gave me a very short, quick sentence, like, I will be traveling with my son to Costa Rica for a week next Tuesday.
Right.
Okay, so that example really makes it clear for me that you like to travel during your time off, and it gives me a visual perspective of you with your son. You guys are on a plane, you just flew over to the neighboring country of Costa Rica, and you're hanging out at Manuel Antonio Beach. So that little example really helps to push the band score just that much further. Okay.
I got it.
I like your paraphrasing. So I like how you said, well, I rather travel. It means you prefer to do that, which is nice English. So, well, I'd rather travel. We'd probably include the condition here. So I would rather travel because I have a child. He's 4 years old, especially now instead of mostly now, because it's summer vacation or summer break, right? Especially now because you're not on school vacation. I get what you're saying. I'm a parent as well, and I have a child on school vacation because he is on school vacation. Unfortunately, we're not, or I'm not anyway. He is on school vacation, and you have to finish this idea. Okay, so we have time to spend together. Okay, I found that piece was really missing from your explanation, where it makes it clear for the examiner why. Okay, so we have time to spend together, and I want to show him the world. Right? That's what
Yes.
parents want to do, is they want to show their children the world, right? Look at this, look at that, right? And those were kind of the missing pieces there. And then we can take out this part here and just go for the example, because this part, so when I have a day off, I take him out. It's okay, but it's intuitive. That part I know, okay? So this would be your band 9 answer here. Let me repeat the question, the response, and then you can copy me after, okay? So just listen for now. Do you prefer to travel or stay at home on your holiday? Well, I would rather travel because I have a child. He's 4 years old, especially now because he is on school vacation, so we have time to spend together and I want to show him the world. I will be traveling with my son to Costa Rica for a week next Tuesday. Okay, here we go. Do you prefer to travel or stay at home on your holiday?
Well, I would rather travel because I have a child. He's 4 years old, especially now because he's on school vacation, so we have time to spend together, and I want to show him the world. I will be traveling with my son and my wife to Costa Rica for a week next Tuesday, sorry.
Awesome. And I love how you put your wife in there too, making sure that if she watches the video, she's not going to be upset
Yeah, she won't kill me, you know.
yeah, exactly. All right, Jose. Well, I hope that you have an awesome time with your son during the summer, and thank you for volunteering. And I wish you the best in your endeavors to come to Canada. Keep watching and keep volunteering, Jose.
Thank you. Thanks for your help.
You're very, very welcome. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Okay, that was Jose. Very good. Good job, Jose. Thumbs up to you, and you can see that there's support there in the chat as well. People giving you a thumbs up. You did a great job. Keep it up. So the important point there, students, is examples. All right. Now, sometimes, people ask me, how often should I include an example? That's a very common question that I get is like, well, how often should I include an example? Like, should it be for every question? No, not necessarily. Not every question, but some questions it's intuitive. Okay. You do not need to include examples for every question. About 60% of the time, if you ask me, about 60% of the time. Okay, pay attention as some questions. It is as for some questions, it is very intuitive to include an example. Okay, so just give a smooth example. All right, students, let's see who else is here. Baljit, I know you really wanted to volunteer in our light hall class on Sunday, and that did not happen. So let's see if you are here. I believe this is our member, Baljit. Are you here? Are you ready? Baljit. Okay, great. Here we go.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Baljit. How are you?
I'm doing great, sir. What about you?
I'm doing fantastic. And I remembered that I told you I would be looking for you in this week's classes because we had some technical issues there on Sunday, right?
Yes.
So here we are. Okay, Baljit, then let's do this. So I will ask you a question. Give me a nice full sentence response. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's talk about holidays. Who do you like to spend your holidays with?
I love to spend time with my friends. One of my friends. Can I start again, sir? Sorry.
Sure, but don't do that in the real exam. In the real exam, okay, so all right, let's stop here for a second. In the real exam, if you do this, don't say, "Can I start again, please, sir?" Okay, but instead do this. Just a sec. I'm very nervous.
Okay.
Let me start that again. So this is a natural way to restart your speech in a real setting, okay? So try this. Just a second. I'm very nervous. Let me start that again. So say this and then start again.
Yeah, sure, sir. Can I start now, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. I love to spend time with one of my friends, and we enjoy company of each other. Like sometimes we play PS4 games, and we also go for walking sometimes in our nearby park. Like couple of days back, we had a really good game of Call of Duty together, and we really enjoyed it.
Okay. So that would be about a band 6 to a 6.5. Okay. Band 6 is so far everybody's kind of getting these band 6s, and some of you are probably going, why is it so hard to break through that band 6 barrier? There's definitely a fairly big jump between a band 6 and a band 7. This is why a lot of people land on a band 6 or a 6.5 in their speaking section. Band 6 means you're fluent. So literally, if you look at the band scores for IELTS, for band 6, it says fluent user of English. And you're definitely fluent, Baljit. There's no question. So you can speak fluently. A band 7 means you're a good user of the English language. To get that band 7 status, for the examiner to say, okay, Baljit is a good user of the English language, it is important that the answer is clear, accurate, and does not have any awkward mistakes where the listener is going like, that's kind of a weird thing to say. If the examiner says, okay, it's a mistake, but it's not a weird mistake, then you're okay. Then you're in the band 7. Let me show you what I mean, Baljit, okay? So, here we go. You said, I love to spend time with one of my friends, which is fine. It's good English. And then you said, and we enjoy company of each other. That's awkward English, okay? That's the first part where the examiner's kind of going, okay, it's fluent, but it's not good English, right? It's not a band 7. Do you know how to say that correctly? We enjoy company of each other. How do you say that correctly?
We love.
We enjoy each other's company. Okay? So that's the natural way to say it. And definitely it's the common way to say it. And we enjoy each other's company. Okay? So that kind of a mistake is what will get you, unfortunately. So let's take that out. Okay? Like sometimes we play PS4 games and we go walking in nearby park. That's the next one that's kind of awkward. And we go for a walk in or at a nearby park to my home. And then you said, like a couple of days ago, we had a really good game of Call of Duty. And we enjoyed it. The we enjoyed it is unnecessary. I think that's intuitive. Okay, now the other part that you're missing here, Baljit, to make this a better band score is being accurate for the question. So it sounds to me like you're hanging out with your friend on the weekend or after school or after work. But here the question is, who do you like to spend your holidays with, right? So the focus of this part 1 is holidays. And if you like to spend your holidays with your friend, you really have to make that clear for me in your answer. So instead of saying, I love to spend time with one of my friends, I love to spend my holiday time.
Holiday time.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Then I know that you understood me clearly, okay?
Yes.
So this would be your higher band answer, Baljit. Let me repeat this and then copy after me. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Sir.
So, who do you like to spend your holidays with? I love to spend my holiday time with one of my friends, and we enjoy each other's company. Like sometimes we play PS4 games and we go for a walk at a nearby park to my home. Like a couple of days ago, we had a really good game of Call of Duty. While I was on my holiday, right? Because here I want to show that as well, while I was on a 1-week holiday. Okay, here we go. Who do you like to spend your holidays with?
I love to spend my holiday time with one of my friends, and we enjoy each other's company a lot. Uh, we sometimes play PS4 and go for a walk at a nearby park at my home. Like at like a couple of days back at my last holidays, we had a really good game of Call of Duty.
Okay, much better. All right. And I like how you were doing that not by reading, but from memory. And for all the students out there who feel, I've got good English, try definitely to do this by listening and repeating rather than reading and repeating. Okay. So if you can listen and repeat, like Baljit just did, do that instead of read and repeat. Okay. So Baljit, pay careful attention to the details of the question, okay? And always record your speaking exercises so that you can identify awkward English and correct it, okay?
You suddenly picked me, and I got nervous.
Yeah, it's okay to be nervous. And again, Baljit, if you're nervous and you want to, and this happens in the real exam also, then you can say this. And I want you to repeat me, and I want everybody to repeat me for this, okay? So just a second, I'm very nervous. Let me start that again. I love to spend my holiday time with one of my best friends.
Just a second. I'm very nervous. Let me start that again.
Exactly. So that phrase is natural. And if you restart by using that phrase, you can save yourself from losing band scores. Okay? It's okay to do that. It's totally okay to do that. You will get a good score when you're able to correct yourself in a natural way. All right?
Okay, sir.
Okay,
I got
Baljit,
it.
keep up the good studies. We'll talk again soon,
Yeah,
okay?
sure, sir.
Okay, bye, Baljit. All right, Baljit, one of our long-time members, and working really hard to get a great score. So very, very nice. All right, let me jump around a little bit here. So we have Zoraida. What a lovely name. Let's see if Zoraida is available. Are you ready? Okay. Thank you for the thumbs up, Zarina and Carolina. Zoraida, if you're with us, let me know. Students, you can use this interface with each other as well. So, of course, we're using it in the class right now. But as long as you keep this page open and there are other students here, you can send them a message and say, would you like to practice? And then up here, you have questions for speaking that you can click on. There's lots of questions there. There's 15 different full sheets for you there, okay? So use it to talk to other students. Don't just wait for these live classes. Okay, Zoraida, I see that you're ready. Let me give you a shout out. Hello, Zoraida. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you, Zoraida, so I'm not sure if you maybe have not enabled your microphone or your speaker. You want to check your settings and your equipment. Okay. I can't hear you. So an important tip here, Zoraida, is try it with somebody else. See if you can connect with them. And if you're using a VPN or a satellite connection, proxy connection, that can also be an issue because you might be bouncing your signal to countries that don't allow for these kinds of chat interfaces like the firewalls in China, for example. So check that out, Zoraida. Okay, and then call back. All right. So again, the system works for most countries, but you do have to test it, and you have to test your system. Okay. All right. Let's try Nguyen. Let's see if Nguyen is still here with us. Nguyen, are you ready? All right. Okay, here we go. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi,
you
Mr.
hear me?
Nguyen. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great right now.
Awesome. And I have two guesses. My first guess is Nguyen is your family name. My other guess is you are most likely from Vietnam. Um,
Oh, yes, actually, that's correct.
and may
Thank you.
I? Well, it's not a big guess. Anybody who's familiar with Vietnamese names knows that Nguyen is the most popular family name in Vietnam. May I ask for your first name, your given name, please?
Oh, my given name is Huy, Huy, but
Hui.
please call me Thomas as an English nickname
Okay,
instead.
Thomas, sure. All
Yeah,
right, yeah, one of my very, very good friends here in Victoria, his name is Quy Nguyen. He's also from Vietnam. Okay, Thomas. So let's practice some part one. May I ask, why are you taking the IELTS exam?
uh, actually, I'm wishing to get 6.5 in IELTS to get to the university in my country.
Right. Yeah, I'm amazed. In Vietnam, it's like every major university requires IELTS. So
Yeah, most of them.
yeah, it's quite impressive, which makes sense. I mean, English is the world language. It's not because, people in Canada or America or UK speak it, but everybody now speaks it for technology and for business. So makes sense. Okay, well, let's do this. So let's talk about your holidays. Are you ready?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, here we go. Has the way you spend your time off work or school changed compared to 5 years ago?
Well, actually, for 5 years ago, I was a young boy and I don't have much chance to get to the holiday for a long to travel to like strange places. And recently, I'm now have more chance to travel a lot with my family since I passed my like 16 years old, and it's really great to explore the world. Uh, for instance, like for 2 weeks ago, I was traveled to a city of Vietnam, and is Cat Ba, and it had a great beach and environment. Yeah,
Okay. All right. So that would be about a band 5.5 to 6. Okay.
yeah,
The reason for
I
that
agree.
is because your answer's okay, and you're somewhere between fluent and just under fluent. So you're speaking, but it's a little bit slowed, and I feel like you're searching for words and ideas while you're talking to me, and I have to be patient. So when candidate gets under 6, the reason why they're getting less than 6 is because the examiner feels like they have to wait for information. So it feels like I'm kind of sitting here going, okay, and when they have that kind of a feeling, then they say, okay, it's not quite fluent, so not quite a 6. But I think you can get a good score. I actually think that you have probably good English skills with lots of vocabulary, but you have to really focus on shorter, faster, clear answers. Okay. Quick question. Has the way you spend your time off work or school changed? What is the grammar of that question?
Oh, maybe I would say it is from I would make a comparison between the past and now,
Yes,
I
that's
guess.
correct. So that's what the question is asking. You're correct. That's what the question is asking. It's not what I'm asking, though. I'm asking what is the grammar? So what's the verb usage in the question? Has the way you spend your time off work or school changed? Is it
Uh,
present? Is it past? Is it future? Is it past perfect, present perfect, future participle perfect? So what is the grammar here?
is maybe the present perfect.
That's right. It is. It's present perfect. So what does that mean for you as the candidate in the IELTS exam?
Yes, can you repeat the question?
So if the question is present perfect, right? You said that correctly. It is present perfect because we have has, right? And we have changed. So it's present perfect. So that has to signal to you that your answer should also be present perfect. And you should use present perfect at least once, but probably more like twice. Okay? Because you want to show the examiner that you know that you need to use present perfect here. Okay? And you're not using present perfect in your answer. So here, for your grammatical range, I'm taking band scores away from you. And the best way to do this is just to do it right away. Okay? So here you start, well, you know what? Let me use your answer. Here you started with, well, actually, for 5 years ago. Right here, well, actually, it has changed a lot. So just a simple, quick answer like that, and you're using present perfect, you're building fluency and you're getting scores for your grammar range, okay, and accuracy. So, well, actually, it has changed a lot. What's another way to say 5 years ago? Half a decade. Half a decade ago, right? So a decade is 10 years. Half a decade ago, I was a young boy, and that's a mismatch of tense. I didn't have many chances, not much chance, many chances to go on holiday, to travel to strange places. However, recently, I have been traveling much more. So notice how here I'm using the present perfect again. So I have been traveling much more. And then we can take all this out since I have turned 16. Okay, that's the correct English. I have turned. You turned 16. Okay, and another use of present perfect. Okay, and it's great to explore the world. You don't need to say for instance, because examiners get scared when you say for example or for instance. They think you're going to talk too much. 2 weeks ago, I traveled to the nearby city of Hanoi. With some friends. Okay? So just like that, lots of present perfect, much more fluent. I'm going to repeat the question and the answer, and then I want you to copy me after, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. So has the way you spend your time off work or school changed compared to 5 years ago? Well, actually, it has changed a lot. Half a decade ago, I was a young boy and I didn't have many chances to go on holiday, to travel to strange places. However, recently, I have been traveling much more since I have turned 16, and it's great to explore the world. 2 weeks ago, I traveled to the nearby city of Hanoi with some friends. Has the way you spend your time off work or school changed compared to 5 years ago?
Well, actually, it has changed a lot. Half a decade ago, I was a young boy and I didn't have many chances to go on holiday, to travel to strange places. However, recently I have been traveling much more since I have turned to 16, and it's great to explore the world. And 2 weeks ago, I traveled to the nearby city of Hanoi with some of my friends.
Okay.
Thank you.
Much better. All right. Much better. You see how all that present perfect, you're showing the examiner, okay, present perfect question, I got you. Change over time. Here's a lot of present perfect for your answer. Okay. Now I can give you a much better band score, like a 7, 8, 9. Okay.
Okay, that's great.
Makes sense, right?
Thank you so much.
All right, Thomas. I hope you have a great rest of your day in Vietnam. Make sure to keep coming back to these classes and keep practicing, okay?
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye, Thomas. All right, everybody. Give Thomas a thumbs up. A young man in Vietnam working hard to master English so that he can get into university and pursue his dreams. Good job, Thomas. All right. And of course, everybody, this isn't just about IELTS. It's simply about good English, good communication, and opening up the door to the entire world, to our international community, using English. All right, let's take Sanantha. Sanantha, here we go. You'd like to volunteer? Sanantha, I'm here and ready. Are you ready? Here we go. Sanantha, if you are with us and have not left for breakfast or supper, depending on where you are, lunch, let me know. Give me a sign and I will give you a call. Okay, Sanantha, if you are here, let me know. Give me a sign. Say yes, say okay, or say, no, I've changed my mind. I'm done. It's okay to do that. It's okay if you change your mind as well. All right, Sanantha, I'm going to do a 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's check somebody else. Sheena, are you ready? Ooh, Sheena's got lots of messages coming. Hopefully Sheena has stuck it out. All right, Sheena, are you ready? Sheena, if you're still here, now is your chance to shine. Absolutely. Give me a sign. I know that there's a 6-second delay between us, so I respect that. All right, Sheena is ready, steady. Here we go. Okay, Sheena. Hi, Sheena.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Sheena?
I'm fine, sir.
Hi, Sheena.
Hello, sir.
Hi. Sheena, can you mute YouTube so we don't get double voice?
I'm fine, sir.
So just put a mute on YouTube. You just have to click the little volume button on YouTube.
I'm fine, sir.
So just put a mute on YouTube.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
There you
Am
go.
I audible?
Yeah, and you've muted YouTube, so we're not getting time warp. Okay, good. Sheena, great, you're here. Where are you? Where are you calling from right now?
Sir, I'm in Delhi right now, the capital city of India.
You are in Delhi, one of the super cities of the world. How is life in Delhi, Sheena? Is it busy?
It's quite busy, sir. I'm a working staff nurse right now. So today I've got a day off, so I plan to watch your video.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm sure I can only imagine how busy it must get in Delhi. Okay, Sheena, may I ask, why are you taking the IELTS exam?
Sir, actually I have a plan to immigrate to UK, so that's why.
Okay, UK. Where in the UK would you like to go?
So I have not planned yet.
Okay.
Actually, I want to get good scores so that I get eligible for the registration.
Awesome. Yeah, because UK is very diverse, right? So Scotland, Ireland, England. It's a very diverse part of the world. Kind of like India. So here we go. I can help you with that. I will ask you a question. Give me a nice full sentence answer, okay? Think about the answer, the explanation, and then I would suggest an example for this as well. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, so let's talk about your holidays. What's the best holiday you have had so far?
Well, the finest holidays I had so far is a visit to my native place, that is Kerala, last December with my family for a 1-month tour. So we had a nice time there, visiting the beaches and the zoo, and I had a lot of fun visiting churches and historical places. Like we visited Trivandrum. There we have the Vishwanath. So I'm not getting.
Okay, that was good. That was great. That was great. Okay.
Sorry.
That was actually really good. So mostly that was a band 7, okay? Until you got to the end. The end was a little bit awkward for sure, but mostly it was a band 7. So I think the most important tip for you, Sheena, is just don't overspeak. When you feel like you've finished your ideas, just stop, okay? All right. So I said, what's the best holiday you have had so far? And you said, well, the finest holidays. Careful with your plural. It's just one, right? It's the finest holiday. Finest is okay. It's a nice paraphrase. I would probably use a little bit of a different, for me anyway, it's more natural to say most enjoyable holiday. And you said, I had so far. I would say I have had. So reflect the have had, reflect that present perfect. Okay. So, well, the most enjoyable holiday I have had so far is a visit to my native place. Native place or native hometown or hometown? Native place is okay. Hometown, Kerala, last September. And I really liked the detail. One of the reasons that you would get a band 7 at the beginning of your response is because you had really nice detail and clarity. You said last September, and then you continued by saying it was a 1-month stay, which was a really nice description as well. And then you gave me some good explanation about visiting the zoo, the beach, historical places, the museum. And then here you kind of got a little bit confused, I think, near the end of what to say or how to say it, how to finish what you're saying. One really good tip, Sheena, is to think about what you're telling me. So you said that it's a visit to your hometown, Kerala, right? Okay, why is it amazing to visit your hometown? In my mind, the reason for that is because you get to see all of the places where you grew up as a small child, right?
Yes.
So, and that answers the question as well. So I would say this was an amazing trip because it was nostalgic.
Yeah.
And I had so many fond memories I have so many fond memories of Kerala growing up as a child. Okay. So reflect back on the question. And then you're good. And then you're done. Okay. So let me repeat this question, this answer, and then just copy after me. Okay. So don't get lost at the end of what you're saying. Here we go. What's the best holiday you have had so far? Well, the most enjoyable holiday I have had so far is a visit to my hometown, Kerala, last September. It was a 1-month stay. We visited the zoo, the beach, and historical places like the museum. This was an amazing trip because it was nostalgic, and I have so many fond memories of Kerala growing up as a child. What's the best holiday you have had so far?
Well, the most enjoyable holiday I have had so far is a visit to my hometown Kerala last September. It was a 1-month stay. We visited the zoo, the beach, and historical places like the museum. This was an amazing trip because it was nostalgic, and I have so many fond memories of Kerala growing up as a child.
That's a band 9 answer. So if you give me that answer just like that, I will give you a band 9. Okay.
Yes.
By the way, for everybody out there, nostalgic means that it's bringing back good memories of the past. That's called nostalgia, remembering the past. Okay, so it's a nice piece of vocabulary. Sheena, that was a really good finish. Then the examiner will say that is the end of part 1. Now we will continue with part 2. For part 2, I will show you some questions. You will have 1 minute to read the questions, think about your answers. You can take notes in the 1 minute time if you wish, and then you will have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. And then begins speaking part 2, which you will not have to do right now, Sheena. That we will be doing on Saturday. We'll do part 2 and part 3 of the speaking section. Tomorrow we're going to do some writing and reading, I believe. So Sheena, thank you so much for volunteering.
Thank you, sir.
Have a lovely rest of your day in Delhi.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye for now. All right, that was Sheena, our last volunteer for the day. She did an amazing job. Students, lots of tips for you on how to improve. Remember to use this code IELTS10 for a 10% discount on our websites. Again, the website that we just used, that's our academic IELTS website here. And it's got the computer-based practice exams, lesson videos. It's got the student partner speaking that we were just using. Students, help us help you. Join our premium IELTS package. Again, it's a one-time payment for lifetime access. You just click that big red button that's right behind my head there. Let me kind of scroll up on that. There it is. Boom. And it doesn't cost a lot, and we use the materials from our websites in the live classes. So if you want to learn effectively in these live classes, spend a few dollars on your studies. For the general IELTS, it's gieltshelp.com, and again, you just click that big red button that's there to get unlimited lifetime access. It's not a monthly subscription. We will not bill you each month. That's not great. All right, everybody, that is it for today's class. Carolina, thank you for moderating the class, keeping it clean. I saw that, it gets, with so many viewers, there's bots and spam bots, which is really annoying. But Carolina helping to keep it clean. Thank you for the participation, everyone. Thank you for all of our lovely volunteers for today. You're all brilliant, beautiful people, and you should always keep that in mind. Never let anybody tell you otherwise. Keep going forward, and you will realize your dreams. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from Victoria, Canada for now. Much love to all of you wherever you are in our big, beautiful world today. Bye for now.